What is up, Starcraft, and welcome to another episode of Shoutcast with Bathala SC. And today we will be witnessing our second game of our TVP matchup, gboy versus DeadlyPants. Let's introduce it in our map, Everdream, spawning in the southwest position. Our 10th player, DeadlyPants, and his opponent on our northeast. It is our player with a 1-0 lead. It is gboy Asu. So now, once again, opening with a gateway and a barracks. Is it a barracks? No, it's a faster gas than a barracks for 10 player. Mr. DeadlyPants with the deadly strats. Another gas. So for all the new Terran players out there, this kind of opener is a bit tech heavy and you're sacrificing a lot of economy. So technically you want to deal as much damage as you invest because you're behind in mineral workers that are mining. So imagine 6 workers immediately for Vespine gas. To our Protoss player, just a full saturation and 1 gas. This is a more economic opener for our Protoss player and add it with an expansion. So if the Terran player doesn't create a lot of damage to our green Protoss, he would be economically behind in the openers. So the early game is where we see the openers of our players. You can see barracks and factory wall off for our Terran player. This is very unusual. Usually you have a supply depot here and factory is hidden so that even if the probe scouts at the ramp, it won't easily spot the factory. So the fact that gboy, DeadlyPants, actually gboy spots this early on, and we'll see what gboy will be doing to prepare for this upcoming attack. So there we go. See, he created a he or she, I don't know the gender of our Terran player. The player created a fast tech lab for his or her, for the factory. Yeah. So we can see a fast cyclone. Now Reaper harassing the main doors of our Protoss player. Adepts chasing. Probes chasing. DeadlyPants microing his heart out, but it isn't enough. So too much damage, continuous damage to the Reaper. It won't trigger its regeneration skills. So yeah, no more scouting information for our Terran player as of yet. gboy with the worker lead of not too much, around 4. Yeah, I'm bad at math, so 7 to the 8 to the other leader. Yeah, it's 4. And now it's because of the Nexus expand, fast gateway Nexus expand. Our Protoss player is economically ahead and can produce 2 workers at a time, as you can see on the production tab. Marine patrolling for most probably a drop incoming for our Terran play from our Protoss player. So this is the effect of the first game and strategy of our Protoss, gboy. Now DeadlyPants getting over cautious. The usual timing of the robo is around 4 minutes, and it's either you're gonna produce a Warp Prism or an Immortal. So as you can see, in this case, it will hit around 5 minutes, and the travel time as well. So if gboy decided to produce an aggressive Immortal setup, you can probably produce it at around 4:30 and hit the base at around 5:15. So now Cyclones and Cyclones and Vikings spotting for the main base. Our Terran player not taking any chances from the first game. Scanning called. Now he will see that there is a lot of gateways and stalkers in production. Is it gateways? Yeah, that would 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be 9 gateways, which is too much for a 2 base economy. So the usual is 4 to 6 gateways that can be supported by a 2 base fully saturated Minerline Protoss. But we'll see what strategy this can be an all-in. We will see what gboy is cooking for us now, sending the Warp Prism. I don't think that's a good idea because there is a lot of defense, air and anti-air defense from our Terran player. If he loses this, he will be a it will even the game. So Vikings spotting. Oh no, Warp Prism. Vikings spotted it, and gboy trying to look for an angle. Vikings still chasing. Siege tank in the front, and now we can see that our Protoss is engaging. Very good decision making by DeadlyPants, killing the Warp Prism, the critical unit that will empower that push, and now the push is fend off. We can see that our Terran player will begin to counter attack. Or no. Protoss retreating, wagging it still, because that is a good position for this siege tank. You don't warp in on siege tank, guys. Just don't. So now, economy wise, we are at an even match. Supply wise, our Protoss player ahead in army supply, but would it matter if your unit is a battle cruiser? Yamato cannons being researched, magfield accelerator for your Cyclones being added, Liberators produced 2 at a time. Our they call this, our Protoss player is expanding, and I don't see any Stargate units. Another scan is called. There's no observers and no, they call that unit again, the one with the force field, sentry. Yeah, so there's no hallucination or any form of reconnaissance for Terran player, so he's basically blind at this time. So Liberators trying to be cheeky, and they are being shift clicked. That is a wrong position. 1 Liberator goes down. Another scan is made, checking where the army is at the moment. Good defense by our Protoss player. And we can see a battle cruiser spotting the Warp Prism, saying hi, hitting some shots, and going back. Now we can see Stalkers being warped in. Yes, he saved that Stalker. Great save for that lone Stalker. Good defense by our Protoss player once again. Our Terran player creating his own 3rd base. Observer at the front, spotting, and he sees that there is an army going to his base. DeadlyPants, would he be able to defend this? Warping at the side. Terrans, you don't want the opponent to you don't want to chase the opponent when you're the one defending. You should stay behind your fortifications. Great snipe in the Warp Prism. That is a little bit it's small number of units, but it is great. But I think the Protoss player can overwhelm this. Battle cruiser is hitting the front, and Cyclones in the chase. This is one feisty Cyclone, but it will go down. Siege zones and liberation zones lag, being told by our Protoss gboy, wait lang. So he's asking a timeout, but no pauses being created here. That is a good angle to attack if you're a Terran Protoss player. You have to re-siege your Liberators, DeadlyPants, blink in, diving in the battle cruisers, siege tanks, killing the stalkers and zealots, but is it too much? Mass repair. So still our DeadlyPants in the game. Blink in once again, killing the Liberator and hunting down that lone battle cruiser. Another mass repair, but our SCVs are dying one by one and the battle cruiser is dead. This planetary fortress is the next target of our green Protoss player gboy, denying the Terran with the second base, with the third expansion. Second expansion, third base. Battle cruisers teleporting at the backline of our green Protoss. As we can see, siege tanks are good against walking units, so we are seeing mech. Oh my god, those 3 siege tanks could have been his saving grace, but unfortunately they were caught off guard in the middle of his natural base. Zealots wrecking SCVs left, right, and center. Friendly fire by this SCV. Zealots paid doing damage more than enough for what they're paid for. Great harassment made by our Protoss player, but this battle cruiser trying to buy some time for our Terran player. Don't let that Warp Reason be sniped. Blink Stalkers defending it. They can reach that range. Excuse me. Battlecruiser on the red hilt, trying to go away in this monument of a mountain. Another drop, the Warp Prism drop for our first game. He'll come back to our Terran player's main base. But he is quite ready as of yet. Missile turrets at the front, but he can enter this angle. Hopefully this... Oh my god, this Warp Prism is gonna die. No! Will he succeed? Yes, he will. Warping in, and why now dropping the Immortals. Battlecruiser should be recalled now. 4 Battlecruisers and a Liberator. SCVs in hold position, trying to cover for the tank, but it's not enough. And this drop is cleaned by our Battlecruiser, teching DeadlyPants with the deadly strats once again. Army-wise, our green Protoss is in the lead once again, but don't underestimate the power of mules. Unfortunately, we haven't seen any mules in the production because our command centers aren't yet orbital commands. Production-wise, Banshee on the production line, Oracle being warped in from Ire. Supply-wise, it's a close fight and Protoss with the lead, but it's not a very insurmountable lead that can be catched up by a Terran player. Battlecruiser, one of the units that can go with a great trade. Very efficient. So as you can see, mules are being landed here. So I think it is a time for our Protoss to move out once again, to not let the Terran have any breathing room. But our Terran very feisty with the deadly move out. Will he create enough chaos, or will our Protoss player catch his pants down? DeadlyPants roaming around, sharking the middle of the map. Same with our Protoss player gboy, sending zealots, and as you can see, tanks almost taken out by these small forces of Protoss. An Oracle killing another tank as well. Siege with the Liberator. on the high ground at the middle of our first and second expansion. So we need to upgrade this, Mr. DeadlyPants. Now, Protoss versus Terran on the 4 bases. So equally matched. Tempest is a good choice to counter these battle cruisers of our Terran player. And upgrades. Let's see the upgrades. Upgrades, 1-1 for a Terran and +1 attack ground armor. Ground attack upgrade for our Protoss player. Another run by, walk by because they're really slow. Actually, they're fast because they have shields now. Charge now. Naked expansion being harassed and killing. SCBs once again is gboy. Battle cruisers to the rescue. So because of the mobility of the zealots, liberators aren't good choice. They're not a good choice to defend. So we can see our Terran players spreading Widow Mines. So hopefully they will get their lucky shot later on if the Protoss decides to attack this angle. So it's a more more normalizing game. So everybody's powering up for that big 200 army. Protoss trying to harass here and there. Another move out by our Terran player, but it is spotted. Liberation zones set up here. And great pull by our Terran player. Good blink, but fortunately didn't catch. Oh my god, that is not a good siege. Okay. Great setup by our Protoss player, inching forward, but the Tempests are here. The siege line is being attacked. Once again, good mine hits, but it isn't enough. DeadlyPants losing another stalker. And with observer support, Widow Mines will be useless in this game. Fortunately, these are Widow Mines. You have to siege your, what do you call this? Liberators, you have to siege them up. Another orbital command will be sniped down. And our Terran is now on 2 bases. 2 battle cruiser won't do that much because of the Tempest here. There would be a blink forward sooner or later. There it is, the blink forward, sniping the battle cruisers and killing this 3rd base once again. It's gboy trying to finish what he started. DeadlyPants caught with his pants down once again. Not enough defenses. Siege tank late in the action. They're just bare and they have no protection. Blinking in is our Protoss player. Just taking all of the damage, tanking Widow Mine shots and Liberator shots. I think sooner or later, there we go. The GG is called and DeadlyPants is out of the game. It is a 2-0 sweep for our Protoss player, gboy. And that is the end of the game. So we now have our 3rd participant to the round of 8, gboy, with great defenses and against the crazy antics of our meching Terran player, DeadlyPants. And that is it for today. We will be casting our next match whenever I have free time. Hopefully around a day or two, because I have some stuff to do. But we will see you around on the next one. Stay hydrated, wear your face mask and face shield, and bye guys.